Phones aren't as small as they used to be, but the Google Pixel 6a is about as compact an Android phone as you can get these days. This is one of the best things about it, along with its excellent performance, camera, and its affordable price. The Pixel 6a is Google's cheaper version of its October 2021 Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro phones. The 6a keeps calm of those devices, more expensive features, but teaches others to drive the price right down to a very palatable $450. A few corners have been cut, and there are other mid-range phones out there that offer higher specs, but having used the Pixel 6a daily as my main phone, I think it's one of the best phones you can buy for the money, and the Pixel most people should buy instead of Pixel 6 or Pixel 6 Pro. While Google gave the Pixel 6a the Tensor chip from its premium phones, the same cannot be said of the camera. In fact, it's the first time an A-series Pixel is not getting the same main sensor as the corresponding regular Pixels, and that is a shame. The 50 megapixel sensor on the Pixel 6 is outstanding. Instead, the Pixel 6a has a 12.2 megapixel aperture 1.7 Sony IMX363 sensor with optical image stabilization. This is the same sensor Google used from the Pixel 3 to Pixel 5 era. I personally would have rather had the newer 50 megapixel lens and lower powered processor, but Google has changed its approach. The good news is the main camera on the Pixel 6a is still phenomenally good. It just isn't quite as good as the Pixel 6 or 6 Pro in the detail it can capture, but Google's post-processing in software is so good that differences are barely noticeable. In even more good news, the ultra-wide 12 megapixel aperture 2.2 Sony IMX386 lens is the same one used in the pricier 6 models. As expected, still photos are top drawer and easily compete with phones the 3 or 4 times the price. I compared several similar shots I took on holiday with those taken on my wife's iPhone 13, and I consistently preferred the daylight shots of the Pixel. They sport the contrasty processing Pixels are known for, where the iPhone has leaned more recently into natural shades, sometimes to effort. In low light, the iPhone was much better than the Pixel, better at handling difficult sunset scenes and rendering detail better. The Pixel's night sight for pitch black photos is still good, but it's a few generations behind the iPhones now, particularly on the 6a with the older main sensor. But the iPhone 13 costs a lot more than the Pixel 6a. I would happily use the 6a as my only camera on a day-to-day basis. It's that good. Add to that the very capable ultra-wide that doesn't fisheye scenes like cheaper phones do, and it's very capable setup for a mid-range smartphone. There's no zoom lens, so you have to rely on digital zoom from the main sensor, but that's standard for mid-range phones. Google's Super Res Zoom features can zoom in up to 7x, but results are quite blotchy and grainy on inspection, as well all digital zoom tends to be. But the 2x zoom is solid and passable for social media shots. The 8 megapixel selfie camera has a decent 84-degree field of view and takes solid selfies, though the portrait mode struggles to pick up strands of hair and doesn't seem to be as consistent with results as it from the main rear camera. Aside from basic still photo shooting, the 6a also has very single camera software feature from the Pixel 6 except for the long exposure motion mode. Magic Eraser can cleverly erase people or things from photos, even if it does require a little patience, as sometimes it gets it wrong. It's best to have a plain background or the smarts get confused and blur the wrong colors together, but it's still impressive on the whole. A new feature is camouflage, which rather than deleting things from images instead changes their color to better blend into a scene. Big orange bleach ball distracting from smiling faces on the beach. Turn it in the color of sand. It's slightly a weird feature, but it does work well. Built-in too are very good features like face deblur, which does exactly what it says very well. The camera works by taking several shots either side of when you actually tap the shutter button. If your subject moves their head a little resulting in blur, the phone can tell this and automatically uses all the image data to correct it. This is also part of the feature Top Shot, which records a short video to go along with your image if the phone reckons it's worth it. Autoplaying of which can be toggled off in the Photos app when looking through photos. Real tone is also a very good feature that better reproduces skin tones accurately thanks to Google's work to tune its processing algorithms. Other phones overprocess some skin tones inaccurately, so the Pixel is a good choice in this regard. Throw in 4K video recording at 60 fps and its well-featured camera app. There's even a speech enhancement mode that isolates vocal audio and cuts out background noise, though only works on the selfie camera, so it's handy feature if you are recording a video message for someone at the side of a motorway or something. Despite the higher price than previous A-series Pixels, you are only paying slightly more for the Pixel 6a, a superb mid-range phone with a flagship level processor, truly outstanding main camera, 5G, the latest version of Android, 5 years of security support, and a more pocket-friendly design. Downsides are the slow charging speeds on a phone that charges hot, the easily scratched rear plastic material, and the 60Hz display lagging behind similarly priced phone. Yet this is a Pixel, which means it has a superlative Android experience and camera with a softer polish and premium hardware feel you won't find on other brands in the price range.